All right, let's dive into the wild world of crowdfunding. We're going to talk about the one thing, the one document that can make or break a brilliant idea. We're talking about the budget blueprint.
So you've got that idea, right? That invention that could change everything? That piece of art the world needs to see, or that startup that's just gonna pop? And you're thinking, crowdfunding, that's the ticket.
And you're not alone in thinking that. I mean, look at this number. The global crowdfunding market is set to soar past $20 billion by 2025. This thing is an absolute juggernaut, a massive engine for new ideas. The opportunity is huge, but there's a pretty big catch.
Yeah, for every incredible success story you hear about, there's a much colder, harder reality hiding just below the surface. This is where that dream of getting fully funded slams right into the numbers.
And here is that number, 22.4%. That's it. That's the average success rate for crowdfunding campaigns. So think about that for a second. More than 3 out of every 4 campaigns just don't make it. It is a tough, tough world out there.
So why? What's the big dream killer? Well, it almost always comes down to one thing: money. But maybe not in the way you'd expect. It's not just about the money you're trying to raise, it's about the money you're going to have to spend.
It really is this simple and this brutal. Even for the campaigns that actually hit their goal, underestimating your costs is the #1 reason you might fail after you've already succeeded.
And this isn't just a hunch. We've got the data. We're talking about projects that succeeded in getting the cash, but anywhere from 4 to 10% of them still completely fail because their budget was basically a work of fiction. They just run out of money.
Okay, but it is not all doom and gloom, not by a long shot. Just look at this. Your strategy and where you launch your campaign matters a lot. The average success rate is low, yeah, but a platform like Kickstarter, theirs is nearly double the average. This tells us that if you plan things right, you can seriously beat the odds.
So, enough about the problem. Let's get into the solution. We're going to walk through your budgeting blueprint right now, breaking it down into 7 key areas that are absolutely critical if you want your campaign to succeed. So at a glance, this is where all the money goes. It gives you a great visual. Now, the biggest slice is obviously production at 40%. But look at all the other pieces. You've got shipping, marketing, admin fees. They add up so fast, and if you ignore even one of them, you're setting yourself up for failure. Now let's make this real. Let's say you're aiming for a $10,000 goal. This table shows you exactly what that looks like. You can see $4,000 goes straight to production. But then shipping, and this is a notorious budget killer, that needs a full $2,000. And then another $1,000 just for things like marketing and platform fees. The big takeaway here is that you have to account for all 7 of these components. It's not just about what it costs to make your product. It's what it costs to design it, ship it, market it, pay the fees on it, and have a buffer for when things inevitably go sideways. Oh, and don't forget to value your own time in this whole thing. All right, theory is great, but let's get into the nitty-gritty. Knowing the components is one thing. Actually avoiding the common money pits is what separates the winners from the campaigns that crash and burn. You can learn so much from other people's wins and their losses. And this right here, this is a perfect example. The common mistake is to treat shipping like an afterthought. The pro move, you deal with it right up front. The Author Clock campaign, they raised over $700,000 and handled 8,000 backers without a hitch because they baked shipping costs into their budget from day one. And it's not just shipping. Here are a few other classic traps to watch out for. Rushing to launch before you have an audience. Big mistake. Promising really complicated rewards that blow up your production costs. And please, please do not forget about taxes. That is a very painful surprise at the end of the year. Oh, and speaking of under budgeting, if you're thinking about skimping on marketing, I want you to look at this number, 105%. No, that's not a typo. Campaigns that invest in a professional video see their funding rates more than double. This proves that high-quality marketing isn't just an expense, it's an investment that pays for itself big time. So let's pull all these threads together. It's time to stop thinking about the budget as some boring spreadsheet you have to fill out. It's not a chore. It is so much more powerful than that. This is the one thing you really need to remember. Your budget isn't just a plan for your money. It's the actual foundation that your entire project is built on. It's the quiet architect working behind the scenes, making sure your vision actually becomes a reality.
And what does every great architect have? A backup plan. For us, that's the contingency fund. It's that 10 to 20% buffer you build in for the unexpected. This little fund is your secret weapon. It's what lets you handle a supply chain mess or a sudden price hike without sinking the entire ship. It's your financial safety net.
So, as we wrap this up, and as you think about your own world-changing idea, I want you to ask yourself this question. Really ask it. Is your budget just a wish list, or is it truly built to win? Because in the end, that foresight, that's what's really going to fund your future.